What's up everybody, Kill423 here from EpicConsole.com. Today I am going to bring you an install tutorial for how to change your eject and power sounds on a Trinity. It's real close to the Corona. It's all the same spots except for the shaping. It's just a little bit different. But without any QSB or extra speaker, you can actually continue to use the factory speaker over here. What you're going to need for the install is a JR programmer. The named X does not work for this. You do need a JR programmer, version 1 or version 2, it doesn't matter. And then the JR programmer wires. You're obviously going to need the direct wires, so if all you got is the plug ones, you're going to have to cut the ends off. I've already done this. This is actually an old set of NAND X wires that I'm using. The area of the motherboard that we're going to be working in is right up here by the ring of light, and then you're going to come straight over and right in here. It's actually right above the number 3. So here's where the ring of light plugs in, front USB ports. And there's the measurement blocks, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. Right above the 3 is your sound area. I'm going to come in tight on this here. Alright. Looks pretty good. You may notice on my NAND X wires, I've actually extended the wires out on most of them with just some legs off of various capacitors and whatnot. Some of my legs have fallen off over time. These are pretty haggled. They're all different wire lengths. They've seen their better days. Anyway, on with the tutorial. We're going to go ahead and pre-prep the first pad here, which we're going to go down here. Where's my tweezers? Down here to this pad right here. This is the R2G21, and we're going to go to the right side of it. I'm looking at this upside down, so just follow what I do, not what I say all the time, because I might get a little backwards on you. And the wire that goes to this point, again, like I said, just your regular JR programmer wires, is going to be the brown wire. So I'm going to get my brown wire out here. Got my soldering iron all heated up, ready to go. Fortunately, I didn't have my solder out and ready to go. We're just going to come in here. My iron is set at 349 for those of you who are going to ask. It is a digital soldering station. That's actually a little higher than it needs to be, but that's how I roll. We're just going to come in here and kind of heat that pad up and put a little bit of solder on it. Now we'll take our brown wire here. I still have a little solder left on the tip of my iron here. I'm going to bring our brown wire in. This is why I like the legs. And solder it right to that side of the resistor there. Again, why I like the legs is it actually stays put, holds shape, and doesn't flop around the board quite so easily. Okay, next we're going to go right across from that to this the R3G20 to the left pad of that. Put a little bit of flux on there, and we'll clean all this flux off when we're all done, because once we're done we can actually remove these wires. They don't have to stay hard soldered. If you plan on programming, changing your Sonus sounds frequently, I'd strongly recommend the QSB. And if you're going to get the QSB, you might as well get the speaker upgrade too. It does have slightly better sound quality. It's rather noticeable when you're comparing two different ones. You also may have noticed it in the beginning of the video there. I have my console completely torn down out of the cage and all that, heatsink off. That's not necessary. All you gotta do really is take the DVD drive out. I just tore it all the way down for lighting and so you guys can see better. We're gonna bring our black wire in right here. And just tack it in place there. That one's lost its foot a long time ago. I need to put a new one on there. Next we're going to do our orange wire. Actually, we'll go ahead and do the red wire. You guys care. Just get it done. Okay, our red wire is going to come right above the black wire here. This is the R3G18, I believe. And we're going on the same side as the black wire. A shortcut there so I don't have to think about what side you guys are on, since I'm looking at it backwards. Just add a little solder to it, freshen it up. Alright, this one, you kind of want to keep it out of the way because we're going to be coming in here again for yet another wire. So, again, where I like the legs, I can kind of hold it back. Well, damn. Son of a bitch. Yeah, get off there. Come on now. Hit it. Like that. That solder there was on the iron a little bit too long. Okay. Orange. Orange wire. It's right above brown, straight across from red. The R3G19. Same deal there. Now this actually works on even retail consoles. Right now this console is completely retail. No RGH or Jtag, anything like that. I guess the drive is flashed. It's not completely retail. It's got a ring light mod, but that doesn't count. Orange wire. Starting to look like a little bit of a maze in there. Okay, last, or well, I guess not last. We're gonna do our green wire. We'll come back over here to the R2G4. R2G4. It's getting difficult for you guys to see, but it's this one right here. We're going to the top side in the middle between these two, between R2G4 and R2G3. So, top side. Come in here, put a little bit of fresh solder on the pad. Just a touch. And for that pad, we're going to use our green wire. Alright. Lastly, I can actually say that now. Lastly, we have our yellow wire. Our yellow wire is going to come right over here to the C3G14 capacitor. That's a big one over here on the right hand side. Come in with some solder here. And this is probably the easiest one to do. I hope nobody messes this one up. There is one wire left over. I don't recall if I said that, the blue wire. The blue wire does not get used. Well, this is the JR programmer all installed. Hardwired, of course, as I said. And this is pretty much all that needs to be done on a Slim. From here you can hook it up to the computer and go ahead and follow my previous Sonus guide. I've got another video up, Sonus on the computer, the programming part. And go ahead and write your files to it. Why now? When you're all done writing your sound files, you just come back in and remove each one of these. Just heat it up and pull it off the resistor. It's pretty easy to do. Like I said, if you plan on changing your sounds frequently, I highly recommend that you use the QSB, because these little tiny pads are very easy to damage, and they can be even harder to repair. Wait, that didn't make sense. Whatever, you understand. That's what you do when you're completed. Just take it all off. Done and done. Make sure that you take some Q-tips and some isopropylene or rubbing alcohol, 99%. Go ahead and scrub around the area gently so as to not rip anything up, but yet firmly enough to get as much of the flux residue off the board as you can. Some of you might be wondering why I went through and installed all this and just took it right off without writing anything to it, but I'm going to use this console again here in a moment to do a tutorial with the QSB. The QSB will actually also make it easier to do this for most, simply because wires move around and it's easy to snag them on things, and it is so terribly easy to rip one of these resistors off the board or overheat it and cook it and ruin it. And then you got to replace the resistor. With the QSB, it just fits right in place, and you can pretty much just hold it down with one finger and tack a spot, and then you can move about freely. And it'll actually have all the Nandex and JR Programmer plugins for it. So, well, anyway, if you want to know more about it, just click over to my other video. Alright, well, again, this has been Keel423 from EpicConsole.com, and this was the Sonus direct wiring, I guess I would say. How to change your Trinity and or Corona. The Corona is exactly the same, it's just slightly more spread out. It's identical otherwise though. I guess it can't be identical and different, but you get my drift. So, Kill423 with EpicCouncil.com. Thanks for watching.